Welcome to the webinar. In this webinar, we're going to talk about primarily the CondorMAX trading system, but there are also few other systems that we'll cover. And what we can do is I'll tell you a little bit about Option Tiger. Let's just go. Let me tell you a little bit about myself first. My name is Hari Swaminathan. I'm the founder of OptionTiger.com. Option Tiger is a cutting edge, top notch options education, options strategies, options trading. It's a company based in the Washington, D.C. area. I have a bachelor's degree in engineering from India and an MBA from Columbia Business School in New York. I've been an options trader for about 8 years now, going on 8 years. And the first couple of years has was very frustrating because you think you know what you're doing, and you make mistakes that way. And as you go higher and higher into the options learning curve, you feel more empowered, no doubt. But at the same time, it's the little subtle details that come and bite you. So it was a very frustrating experience for the first couple of years. Lost a lot of money, no doubt, and you learn by making mistakes, and unfortunately, those mistakes are expensive. And so, after the first couple of years, that's when it really dawned on me as to what is going on with the options market. Why is it so difficult to make a consistent income from options trading? And then, I studied the options market. I studied the market structure itself. And there are several reasons why it's very, very difficult to make money in the options market. And so we'll get into some of that as we go along. For this webinar, just want to give you a bit of an overview on Option Tiger. Option Tiger, as a company, it started about 2 years ago, but like I said, I've been trading for about 8 years. The first thing Option Tiger did was create a cutting edge curriculum. So this is, this is the Option Tiger education product itself, and this education will start from the very beginning. So if you know nothing about options, in fact, if you know nothing about financial markets itself, this education will, this 46 courses, this curriculum, 46 courses, 7 modules, will bring you completely up to speed. In fact, it will make you a master in options trading. So that was what we originally started with. And then I also trade proprietary strategies. So now there's a reason why I've created these strategies, and I'll get to it on the next slide. But primarily, the CondorMAX trading system is a system to trade iron condors. And if you know something about iron condors, you know they are a fantastic strategy, but at the same time, they have some deep negatives, some serious negatives, and you want to be able to tackle that. And once you tackle an iron condor, basically you're going to be able to tackle credit spreads, because an iron condor is nothing but two credit spreads. And then I also built the IncomeMax strategies. There are two IncomeMax systems. There's the spread system and the straddle system. And these are simpler strategies, simpler systems, and they have the ability to build your a small account quickly. Then we just launched two new products, TradeMAX and SwingTradeMAX. And as the name suggests, TradeMAX is a day trading product. So you would want to get into the trade and get out the same day. Most of the time, you're going to see some very, very good returns. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 trades are winners in both these systems. The swing trade max, obviously, you want to carry the trade over for a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. So we'll discuss the details of these systems as well. And then we have a couple of upcoming products. One is the earnings max, which is a set of systems or set of strategies that are particularly suited when stocks report earnings. So these are strategies that you would put just right before earnings, and then perhaps you would take it off right after earnings, or perhaps hold on to it for a little bit. And then the other product that's coming up later this summer is the weekly max, which is again a set of techniques and strategies to get the maximum income on a weekly basis using weekly options. And now at the end of this webinar, I also have a special offer which we'll discuss, and then we'll get into some Q&A after that. All right, so let's get right into the webinar content. Now, if you've traded options for any length of time, you know we deal with a market maker on the other end, and so the issue is, what does the market maker do, and what, do they have an edge? And of course they do. Otherwise, why would anybody be in this business if they did not have an edge to in that business? So in that sense, it's no different from walking into a casino and playing blackjack or roulette, because the casino has an edge, and we all know that. And we go there primarily for entertainment, at least most of us. And then what happens is, we lose money. If we play long enough, you might lose money. On good days, we'll win money. But you always are aware that the casino has an edge in the long run. And that is exactly the same thing with market makers, because all of us trade against the market maker. So it's no different from walking into a casino. When we place an options trade, we are immediately at a disadvantage. That disadvantage comes in many ways. One is, of course, the bid ask spread. So oftentimes you'll see, once you get into an option trade, it immediately shows you a negative number in your P&L. And that's because there is a bid ask spread that goes against us. And then, of course, market makers have considerable flexibility in setting option prices, in the way they calculate volatility, and the way they expand this bid ask spread. And so all of this is designed to give the market maker an edge on every trade. Now, if that wasn't enough, we traders have to go through transaction costs. We know that that can really eat into profits at the end of the month. And then, of course, we are human beings. We make mistakes, we panic sometimes, we do the wrong thing, and all of that eats into our profits. So when you look at all of these factors, perhaps it's not that surprising as to why it's a very difficult game to win. So and then there is one more issue which I think is really a big problem, and that is the issue of trial and error. So which means we at least I used to do this, and that's the reason why I created these systems. Because on any given day, we take a trade, whether it's on Google or Apple or any of the stocks. You take a trade and you do maybe a calendar, you maybe do a butterfly or an Iron Condor or a credit spread, and you approach it without any kind of a system behind it. And so if it moves this way, we do something. If it moves down, we do something else. And so this kind of trial and error is really expensive, and that's what sort of eats into our performance. Because first of all, we don't have the edge, and therefore to get the edge on our side, you really have to be ruthless. There's just no room for error at all. So it's a zero tolerance game that we are playing. If you make a single mistake, you're going to pay for it. It's expensive. And that's why you've probably heard that 80 to 90% of all options traders will probably lose over their lifetime. Now, we don't know how true this is, but I'm sure there's a lot of truth to this, to this statement. And I, for myself, I was very frustrated, because although you have great trades, you'll win a lot, but keeping a consistent performance, getting a consistent performance was always challenging. And this was the problem. And so I decided that the problem is that the playing field is not level. And therefore, the best way to approach the options market is to pick a few strategies that you like. Pick a few strategies that you trade, get in deep into the technicals, technicals meaning into the options technicals. And you have to find some kind of you have to create some kind of a repeatable system which has a few techniques, so that you know exactly what to do. If the stock goes up, you know what to do. If the stock goes down, you know what to do. And then you operate a set of rules almost mechanically, just like the market makers, because the market makers operate mechanically. They don't look at every trade to see if is this a good trade or not. They look at the incoming Greeks, And if the Greeks are good enough for them, they take the trade. And so we also have to operate in a mechanical sense. And therefore, I found that the best way to achieving a consistent performance in the options market is to perfect a system that you can repeat month after month. You have a few techniques so that you can cover every action that the stock takes. So if it goes up, you know what to do. If it goes down, you know what to do. If it stays still, you know what to do. Once you have a set of techniques like that, then there is no question, there is no trial and error. You know exactly what the system is, you're approaching it in a systematic manner, and that's what is important. So let's now talk about the Iron Condor strategy itself, because the Iron Condor is one of the most popular strategies in the options world, and for very good reason, because we know that you get double the credit, it's non directional, it reduces your margins, and it reduces your risk even more than just a normal credit spread would do. It also has double theta time decay. So that is a fantastic plus, and that is probably one of the reasons that most people like Iron Condor, and they like to trade it. Now, the Iron Condor, unfortunately, also has a few negatives, and those negatives can really hurt when it goes against you. One of the things is that it cannot handle large moves on either side. So if you have an Iron Condor and the stock makes a huge move towards one of our short strikes, we know it can hurt, and we know that the real time profit and loss line, it goes deeply negative, and that's a problem. And the second minus is that it is a double Vega negative strategy. So, which means when volatility rises, the Iron Condor can hurt quite badly. Now, the most devastating effect of an Iron Condor, minus point of an Iron Condor, is the gamma snowballing effect. So, as the stock moves towards one of our short strikes, gamma, negative gamma specifically, starts increasing, and once that does, that's what creates your big paper losses, and that's what makes you panic. And this is the problem. You're prone to adjustment errors, you panic, you roll out, or you close the position, and invariably you do one of these things, and that's what creates the problem. So now, when I realized all of these negatives, I decided we must find a way to tackle these negatives. And so, in fact, that is exactly all the design criteria of the CondorMAX system. All of these effects were design criteria. So if you look at the CondorMAX trading system, what you have is a non-directional strategy. It profits from either direction. It is flash crash proof, and so it's not scared of big moves in either direction. It must not create massive losses, even if those losses are temporary and on paper. And it's repeatable monthly, independent of market sentiment and independent of volatility. Now, what goes into the CondorMAX system is obviously a combination of strategies, because you really cannot get all of these things if you just put a standard Iron Condor. So the CondorMAX combines the positive elements of Iron Condors, credit spreads, straddles and strangles, and it has time decay as well as volatility characteristics. It uses 4 or 5 basic adjustment techniques, and many of these techniques can be automated. So when I say automated, what I mean is you can use conditional orders. You can use these techniques, especially if you're in a different time zone. You might want to put these conditional orders so that in case there's a large move when you're not looking at the markets, you have some kind of risk management at least in place. Now, on the CondorMAX, basically you'll need to tweak it maybe 1 to 2 times a week, and perhaps 1 to 2 major adjustments in a month. So when I say tweaks, tweaks are not big adjustment. They're just probably adding some options here, a few options, 3 contracts, 4 contracts, that kind of thing. So it's a very small adjustment. And those are the kinds of adjustments that can be automated with the use of conditional orders. So you can say, if the stock crosses so and so, then you buy, something, or you sell, 3 contracts, something like that. So those are the small kinds of adjustments that you'll need to do maybe 1 to 2 times a week. And then you've got to be prepared to do two major adjustments. And of course, you also have the trade entry and the trade exit. Now, in all cases, when we design the Iron Condor, when we design the CondorMAX system, it's designed to produce 5 to 10% from every Iron Condor trade. So, the trade setup itself comes with some risk management principles in place. And once you set that up, it's designed to produce 5 to 10% from every Iron Condor. Now, you might face bad months because nobody can predict exactly what the market does. But in most cases, even in the worst case scenario, you should have an opportunity to exit the trade with at least 3%, from that trade. And if you consider even worst case scenario, at least it'll be a scratch trade. It'll be flat. I mean, at least you're not going to lose money. But it's important to put all the risk management techniques in place, because that's important. That's what protects the Iron Condor. That's what makes the CondorMAX system a really, it's like a fortress. So you want to be able to provide that kind of stuff. So now inside the courseware, you'll see at least three or four trades. All of them have produced very well. You'll see 13%, 14%. Many times you'll see in the single digits as well. But in general, if you do it right, you should be able to produce upwards of 10% on any Iron Condor. And most importantly, the CondorMAX system tackles all the negatives that we just spoke of. So it tackles the issue of negative gamma, it tackles the issue of big moves against us, it tackles the issue of double Vega negative to some extent. But in general, it tackles all the thorniest issues of the Iron Condors very, very well. Now, besides the CondorMAX system, Option Tiger also has the IncomeMax strategies. Let me just spend a little time and explain these. The IncomeMax strategies are much more simpler strategies. They use uses simple base strategies. So you have the spread system. So the spread system uses debit spreads and credit spreads. So if you like doing debit spreads and credit spreads, this is a system that you can use again to produce consistently. You can produce 5 to 10% per month. In fact, the spreads trade normally returns even upwards of 10%. We've gone 17, we've gone 20, and all of that. The straddles, produces is somewhere in the single digits, 4 to 8% on a monthly basis. And then we also closed our last spread system on Friday for a 20% return. Now, again, just like the CondorMAX, the IncomeMax strategies also have some key intellectual property for how we generate income and how we manage the risk. So, risk containment and income generation is core to both of these IncomeMax strategies as well. And just like the CondorMAX, we have two or three simple adjustment techniques that you use for each system, so that when you know that an adjustment point is reached, you would want to use these adjustment techniques and make your adjustments. And again, some of these techniques can be automated. You can set up conditional orders for these, and but many a time you might have to come live and make, especially if it's a major adjustment. That goes for any system. You can't just run a system on a completely automated basis. That's just not possible in the options world. Now, besides these two, we launched the TradeMAX system in February, and this is, as the name suggests, it's a day trading system. It's a very high adrenaline system. Generally we get into a trade and get out the same day. The returns possible are pretty high. Generally 20 to 80 to 100%. And the basis for this system is a set of highly customized indicators that give us very powerful signals and give us very high probability trades. And again, this system is available as an independent system. Then the newest system is the swing TradeMAX, and as the name suggests, here we want to keep trades for anywhere from a few hours. I'm sorry, explosive returns in it should read in 1 to 2, 3 weeks, not hours. That was the earlier day trade max system. Here we want to keep it for maybe a few days, maybe up to 3 days, 4 days, maybe a week or two. So it's more of a swing trading system. And so this is usually good for people who don't have the time to monitor markets. If you don't have the ability, maybe you're in a different time zone in Australia or somewhere, and you don't have the time to monitor US markets, the swing trade max system is very good. It also relies on a set of highly customized indicators that give us very powerful signals, give us very high probability trades. And right now, we are in the launch month. We do have a launch special. I'll go over all of those details in just a little bit. Now, with all of these systems, what you get is a very high degree of options trading knowledge. So, you're going to be an expert in options trading, regardless of which system you buy, because the techniques are advanced. And once you understand the techniques, then you can apply it to any of your options trades as well. You can take a systematic approach to trading options. And like I said, the biggest mistake I think traders make is that they flip around from one trade to the other, one strategy to the other, without having a systematic approach. And that, I believe, is the biggest problem with options traders. That is exactly what causes inconsistency in performance, because every day you're doing something different, you're doing something new, you're taking new trades, new strategies, and you don't have a systematic approach. And that really plays into the market maker's edge. And so, here with all of these systems, what you have, regardless of which ones you like to trade, there's something here for everybody. And so that's what you would you would gain a systematic approach to trading options, which I think is very, very important. And of course, you're going to have a diversified portfolio. So, you can put some income strategies, you can put some swing trade max, which gives you bigger returns. You can put the Condor Max for a very steady, stable, monthly income kind of thing. So you can even within your options portfolio, you can diversify. But what's important is all of your trades will have an edge in it. So that's very important. That's what gives you a consistent performance for the short term and for the long term. Now, it's March Madness month here, so I'm going to give some really good deals. Here, there's mostly all of these are 50 to 60% off. You can, if you get combos, you're going to get a better deal. So if you wanted to just buy the Condor Max, it's 60% off at $14.99. If you wanted to buy the IncomeMax, both the spreads and straddle system come together, and that is again 50% off at $7.49. If you wanted the day trade max, it's 40% off at $10.99. Then if you wanted combos, now you're going to get bigger discounts here. Condor Max plus Income Max is 2099. Normally that would be what is it, 1500 plus 750, so that would be 2050. You get a further discount. Similarly, for the Condor Max and Day Trade Max, you get a further discount. Income Max and Day Trade Max, also you get a further discount. All three, you'll get a discount as well. Also have a March Madness special on our courseware, which is $7.49 right now. I'll show you all the details as to how you can get into this. Basically, this is only open for Option Tiger, members. And you would want to go into this page here, and I'll just type that in so you can see it into the chat box. And okay, and then the password is March Madness. And on that page, you'll be asked for a password, and you can do March Madness. Now, if you want to take action by tomorrow night, I'm sorry, this should read. Oh, it's okay. If you want to take action by this week until Monday night, you can get all three systems. So, which is the Condor Max, Income Max, and Day Trade Max. You can get all three for $24.99, or you can get all four with the latest Swing Trade Max also for $29.99. So that's over 60-70% discount on these products. If you wanted any of that, if you have any questions, you can email me at info@optiontiger.com. But if you wanted to go for any of these prices that are not on this page, let me just show you the page right here. That is this page, which is, I just typed it in, optiontiger.com/OECMAX special. And once you come to this page, if you wanted any of these combos or any of these products, you can check out from the cart right here, and you'll see it appear in the cart. Now, if you wanted to go in for this, get all three systems by Monday night, you can do so. You can get it for $24.99. In fact, you can get it tonight also. You'll get access to everything. And then if you wanted to get all four systems, I can give it for $29.99. That is, all four system actually retails for over 7,000, 7,500. So that's a pretty significant 70% discount on all four. This itself is a 65% discount on on all the three systems. So that's what I had. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Now, I do want to open it up for Q&A. If you have any questions on this webinar, I'd be happy to take them. But otherwise, if you think of something even after the webinar is over, please send me an email to info@optiontiger.com. But otherwise, you can get all the deals on this page. Let me also show you, I have several. If you've not seen my YouTube channel, there's over for almost 400 videos. There's all these playlists here. They're all conveniently categorized, so you can go into the playlist. You can check that out. Then also on Udemy, I have 2,300 students. I'm actually one of the top Udemy instructors for the in the financial market space on Udemy, and so you can find some you can find these courses. But all these courses are much more price. It's much more expensive on Udemy because Udemy takes a 50% cut on all the sales. So if you're looking for courses, you're better off with getting it from Option Tiger itself. But just wanted to let you know it's there in case you need it. And so now, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to take them. Just type it into the into the question box on any of these products, any of these strategies. Whatever questions you have, you can type it in, and we'll go from there. Excuse me. Yes, you'll have to put a password. So yeah, on that page, you'll have to put this password because those prices are not available for the general public. It's only for Option Tiger members. So once you come to this page, you'll have to put the password here. I've already put the password, so you're seeing the page. But once you come here, you'll have to put the password there. But the password is March Madness. You have it there. And once you put the password, you'll be able to see all of these. Okay. All right. Mike says, for someone new to options, which ones would you recommend? Okay. Yeah. Great question. So now, if you were unclear on any options concepts, you would want to look at the Option Tiger courseware. Okay. So you would want to start there. And in fact, while we are here, let me just show you what that is, so that you have an idea of the extent of the content there. It's divided into 7 modules. First of all, it takes you anywhere. It takes you from a beginner, even on financial markets. Module 1 is dedicated to the big picture. It's about an intro. It's actually a fairly advanced intro to financial markets. Then in module 2 is when we get into the option stuff. So first, in this there are 7. Each of these has seven courses now. And you got to know what options are, and we start from the very basics. Then we move into the what I call the options foundation series. From here, we'll be taking live trades on all these strategies. So what you see is going to be live trades. Module 4 is when you really get into the real heart of options. It's where you get into spreads. And then 5, 6, 7 similarly are all advanced strategies. So on your Iron Condors, your calendars, all of that stuff you'll find in the advanced stuff. So now, once you do that, then your options, what you need to know about options are pretty clear. Then you would perhaps want to get into the swing trade max system, because most people have jobs and they can't look at markets all the time. The swing trade max system is very simple. Like I said, it's all indicator based. So once you set up the indicators and customize it, like we show it in the course, where then that would be that's exactly what you need. And then every day after work or before going to work, you can set up your alerts, whatever you need to, and you can take a trade. And even if you miss a trade or for a whole day, that's fine, because this is a swing trading system anyway. So trades can go from 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even up to 4 weeks. So you're not missing much. So that would be good. If you're into day trading, then the day trade max system is great. The income max systems are also fairly straightforward. You have two, the spread system and the straddle system, and of course you have the condor max for the for iron condors. And as I said, I'm also coming out with two new systems, for one for earnings reports, and one for your weekly trading, weekly options system. So those will be coming in the next 2 or 3 months. But that's generally how you would go. If you're already familiar with the options, if you already know or some of all these strategies, then of course you can dive into anything. You can dive into CondorMAX itself or any other system as well. So that would be the general order, I would say, that you should go. Yep. Okay. Yep. John says, what are the, what could you repeat what comes with the day trade max and the swing trade max? Sure. Yeah. The day trade max system and the swing trade max system, you get all the videos that describe the systems in detail. So you'll get the complete chart setups. You'll get the complete indicators, the customization, the approach, how do we determine the trend, and all of that. So using all of this, using all those videos, you have the complete blueprint to operate on your own. So you don't need to get into a monthly service if you don't want to. But both of these have monthly services. But with your purchase, you get 1 week free of day trade max alerts, which generally is about one trade a day, one, sometimes two. And with the swing trade max, we'll do maybe you get 2 weeks of the free service, and then of course you can sign up for the monthly service. And in the 2 weeks, we expect to do anywhere from 4 to 5 trades. Right, and the Condor Max and the Income Max, they are strategies. All the live trades have already been recorded. So on each of these systems, you're going to see 4 trades that have already been recorded. These systems were priced much higher before, and the reason they are being reduced to such an extent is that we've removed all the extras. There was webinars, there was live trade service, and all of that. So all of that has been removed to make it really affordable. Now you have some very cutting edge intellectual property at prices that are more affordable. Otherwise, I was selling the Condor Max for 3,500 and 3,900, because it had a lot of those back end services, and though that's what makes it expensive. Now we've stripped away all of that, and this is you can get it for much more reasonable prices. Yes, sure. Yeah, you can type your question in. If you have any questions, just type it into the question box, and we'll take it from there. Yes, what do you need for the Condor Max? Well, of course, you should know what an Iron Condor is. We should know what a credit spread is. You should, in general, know the characteristics. How you design time decay strategies, how you would design volatility strategies. So, Condor Max is obviously one of the more advanced systems there is, and it's got some very nifty little intellectual property there that takes care of all the thorniest issues of an iron condor. And so you would want to follow the system. You would want to adapt it to your needs also, because as we know, you can put condors at a 70% probability, 80%, 90%. So that's all personal choices that you make. However, the techniques can be applied to any of those iron condors. So depending on which ones you choose, you would want to use the risk management techniques, you would want to use the income generation techniques, and adapt it to your particular situation, and do that. And of course, all the the courseware and the videos shows you exactly how how you deal with all of those things there. Right, right, exactly. Okay, let me clarify. The question is, here it says 2999, and then here I said 2499. That's right. So what I'm saying is, if you take action, this was supposed to be tomorrow night, but since I've put it Monday night, I'll keep it open till Monday. If you wanted to get all three systems until Monday night, you can get it for 24.99. So instead of what you see here is 29.99, but I'm going to keep it at 24.99 since I've put it here. So those three systems you get it for 24.99. If you wanted to add the newest system, the Swing TradeMAX, you can do so. You can get all four systems for 29.99. Right. If you're going to use these two options, you would want to just send it directly to PayPal, because I don't have a button for those prices. So if you come back to this page, you can see that I don't have a button for those prices. So all of these buttons are configured for a certain price. So what you would want to do is use the direct method. So here it says to send a different method, please use the direct method, which is you log into your PayPal account and you enter info at optiontiger.com, and that's it. And you enter the amount and just send me an email, and I will process your order and give you access to all the systems that you bought. Oh, sure. Yeah. Support. Yeah. Yeah. If you get the CondorMAX and IncomeMaX and all of that, if you have any questions, yeah, just email me. I can help you while you understand, while you get to know the systems. If you have any questions, yeah, full email support is available. Obviously within limits, but if you just want to get going and get to understand the nuances, yeah, definitely send me an email. Info at optiontiger.com. Right. Yes, right. So the question is there a monthly service for the day trade max and swing trade max only? Yes, right now the only monthly service is for day trade max and swing trade max. They are $149 a month. But like I said, you have the complete blueprint. So, it's totally optional. Once you get the system, you have everything you need to operate on your own. You may not need the monthly service, but in case you do, then the service is available. Yeah, you can combine day trade max and the swing trade max for the monthly service. Yes, and so instead of 149, you can do it. You can get a discount on that. You can do it for 249. You'll get both the day trade max as well as the swing trade max. Right. How do we deal with adjustments on the system on the day trade max and swing trade? Yeah, good question. So in general, you would expect that about out of 10 trades are going to be straightaway winners, because these signals are very accurate for the most part. They're always accurate, but stocks can turn around at any time. We know that. And so, so if something like that happens, we do have the adjustment techniques for all of these that are included as part of the system itself. And also, you have the ability to take some of, like, for the day trade max, you have the ability to take it into the next day and do something, and try to come out of it. In general, you will find that 7 out of 10 trades in both these systems you should do at least on an average of about 30 to 40% per trade. Sometimes you'll do 50, 60, sometimes you'll do 20, 25, but on average should be around 30 to 40%. And you want to limit the couple of losers, you want to limit the losses to about 20%, because that's important. You don't want the numbers to get skewed, and you don't want to lose too much on the losers. So we do have risk management techniques. We do have loss mitigation techniques. They are all part of the system as well. Right. Okay. Sure. Any other questions? Okay, folks. So if there's no more questions, if you do think of anything, just send me an email at info@optiontiger.com. Otherwise, you should be able to see all of, more information on all of these. There's also playlists and things like that. So if you go to the Day Trade Max system, for example, let me just show you that. There is, this video right here is actually a playlist. And if you click here on the playlist, it'll show you all the videos that are part of that playlist. And I don't know why it's not showing me now, but this is actually a playlist. Okay, that is, it's playing that, but why won't it show me the list? Oh, there it is. Okay. I probably wasn't clicking. So, this is a playlist. So you can look at all the videos that are part of that playlist over there. Similarly, you can always go to my YouTube channel and you'll see all the playlists right there as well. So if you go into the Swing Trade Max, you'll see now, we're just adding, this is a new product. So there are 3 videos there. In the Day Trade Max, there's more. There's a lot more there. And then you'll also see the CondorMAX system. You'll see something over here. There's plenty over there. And then there's also other playlists. So if you're just learning options, options trading 101, there's something in there for everything. So there's there for technical analysis, all of that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff here. You can go to the YouTube channel. You'll find all of these videos there in all of these playlists. Right. Okay, folks. So the deal is on right now. On until Monday night, you can get these systems at a 65 to 70% discount. So let me know if you have any questions. Please send an email to info@optiontiger.com. Otherwise, if there are no further questions, then have a great evening. Thanks for coming to the webinar, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.